Hello and welcome to another prediction video from Force 13. Once again, we're here in 2026 looking ahead to the hurricane and typhoon seasons in the Northern Hemisphere up ahead of us. Well, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm sure you've heard a lot of chatter about how we've got this developing El Nino and suggestions that the Atlantic might for once have a quiet season. We are now expecting in 2026 12 tropical storms, 6 hurricanes, and 2 majors in the Atlantic. We are expecting it to be 61% chance below average, near average to be at 33%, and above average at 6%. So below average would be 12 or less, basically, for the Atlantic in 2026. Now, of course, it's not just the numbers that matter, it's what the storms actually do. Even with quieter seasons, you can have much less than 12 storms and still have big impacts in the basin. So that is one of my biggest concerns, because I do feel, looking at a lot of the climatological analogues, that there are quite a few heavy-hitting storms that could go on to impact the basin this year. So just reading off the blurb that I've written, whilst expected below or near average, it's showing signs of favouring land impacts, particularly on the Lesser and Greater Antilles, the southeastern United States and the US East Coast. Strong year for storms off the US East Coast with elevated potential for hurricane landfalls in North Carolina and New England. 30% plus chances for potential storm impacts along those areas, mainly from storms recurving or at least trying to. Chances are also elevated for a storm or two in the western Gulf affecting Texas, homegrown activity, probably in the mid-season or maybe a little bit earlier, and western Caribbean storms lifting northwards through the Yucatan Channel and on towards Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle, all of that kind of area. That could also be from an early or late season storm. The greatest threats to the US Gulf Coast, this is basically rehashing, likely to be early in the season, with potential increasing briefly near the end of the season. The Caribbean, most likely to see its activity in October, and the mid-Atlantic, northeastern United States from September through to the end of the season at November, believe it or not. So, looking at those averages, interesting to see, and certainly from my perspective at least, serious potential concern for the Lesser and Greater Antilles may be in October. A few bad storms have occurred in that month over there, and it may look like it could be a system that might do a little bit of a strange track, maybe a little bit, or maybe just a tight turn, a recurvature. Those kinds of storms in the later season that get stuck for a bit and then off they go once they get lifted by a front. Looking at the percentage chances for impacts across the Atlantic, you can see how it looks this year. Quite a few areas are elevated compared to last year. Western tip of Cuba, I should say, in the 45% bracket, and the Lesser Antilles, quite a few of those islands in that 45% zone as well. This is for tropical storm impacts. It's not for the stronger or strongest hurricanes, but of course they obviously can't be ruled out. We're not going to go in that kind of resolution on this prediction. Confidence isn't high enough. Just to recap those numbers, in the Atlantic we are expecting 12 storms, 6 hurricanes and 2 majors. In the Eastern Pacific, 20 storms, 10 hurricanes and 5 majors. In the Western Pacific, 29 storms, 15 typhoons and 9 majors, including what we've already had so far. And North Indian Ocean, 5 tropical storms, 2 Category 1s and 1 Category 3 plus major.